Hello, fellow preppers. Today's discussion is not just important, it's a matter of life and death. Imagine this. You're in a situation where you've lost power, there's no light, no heat. And then, out of the blue, you or your loved ones start to feel under the weather. It starts as a common cold. You may think, no big deal, right? But then, a fever spikes. And without medication to bring it down, things quickly go from bad to worse. What seemed like a minor illness can suddenly turn into a serious threat. The fever rises. You start to feel lightheaded, dizzy, and before you know it, you're losing consciousness. What was initially a common cold or flu has now become a potentially fatal situation. This is a scenario that no one ever wants to experience. But it's a grim reality that can occur when you're not prepared with the right medications in your emergency kit. Medications, both over-the-counter and prescription ones, are not just important, they're crucial. They are the line that separates discomfort from danger, illness from potential fatality. We often think of emergency kits as being filled with food, water, and maybe a few tools. But a truly comprehensive emergency kit is one that also includes a well-stocked supply of essential medications. After all, what good is surviving an initial disaster if you can't treat a simple fever or infection? In a survival situation, the importance of medications cannot be overstated. They can help manage pain, reduce fever, treat infections, prevent diseases, and so much more. They form an essential part of your first line of defense against potential health hazards that can arise when you least expect them. So, as you gear up for any eventuality, remember that stocking up on over-the-counter and prescription medications is as important as securing food and water supplies. This is just one of the many scenarios that can play out without stockpiling over-the-counter and prescription medications. Let's start with a comprehensive list of medications that are often overlooked but are absolutely crucial for a well-rounded prepper medical kit. First up, we have basic over-the-counter pain relievers. These include ibuprofen and acetaminophen, which work wonders for headaches, muscle pain, and bringing down a fever. Remember, something as simple as a headache can be debilitating in a survival scenario. Next, we have antihistamines. These are crucial for dealing with allergies, which can be unpredictable and potentially life-threatening. Diphenhydramine, commonly known as Benadryl, is a staple in this category. Antidiarrheals like Imodium are also important. In a survival situation, diarrhea can lead to severe dehydration and is often a result of consuming contaminated water or food. Don't forget about antacids. Heartburn or acid reflux might seem like minor issues, but they can cause substantial discomfort and lead to more severe problems if left unchecked. Then we have decongestants and cough suppressants. In the aftermath of a disaster, respiratory issues can become prevalent due to dust, debris, and other airborne irritants. Lastly, let's talk about prescription medications. If you or your family members have chronic conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or asthma, it's vital to have a sufficient supply of these medications. Always consult your healthcare provider about getting extra supplies for emergency situations. Now, this list is by no means exhaustive, but it covers the basics that should be in every prepper's medical kit. There are many more medications you could consider, like antifungal creams, antibiotic ointments, and even medications for mental health conditions. Remember, having these medications on hand could mean the difference between a manageable situation and a dire one. It's not just about survival, but also about maintaining a decent quality of life in the face of adversity. These could be the difference between life and death. Hit the subscribe button and join us on this journey of prepping and stockpiling for survival. Before we move forward, let's dispel a common myth. We've all seen those expiration dates on our medication bottles, right? Well, contrary to popular belief, those dates are not the be-all and end-all. They don't mean that the medication instantly becomes ineffective or dangerous after that date. In reality, it's not that black and white. You see, the expiration date on a drug is simply the date until which the drug manufacturer can guarantee full potency of the medicine. After this date, the effectiveness of the drug may start to slowly decrease. Now, don't get me wrong, it's always best to use medication before its expiration date. But in a survival scenario, having medication that's at, say, 85% strength is definitely better than having none at all. So don't toss out those expired meds just yet. I'd rather have medication at 85% strength than nothing at all, especially in a survival scenario. Now, let's get hands-on. We're going to build a DIY prepper medication kit tailored to you and your family's needs. The first step is to identify the health needs of each family member. Do you have someone with chronic conditions such as asthma, diabetes, or heart disease? If yes, ensure that you have a sufficient supply of their prescription medications. Next, let's focus on the basics. Over-the-counter medications. These include pain relievers like ibuprofen or acetaminophen, antihistamines for allergies, anti-diarrheal medications, and stomach ailment treatments. Don't forget about cough suppressants and decongestants. These can be a godsend during a bout of flu or cold. Also, consider including a supply of vitamins and supplements. They can help boost your immune system and keep you healthy when your diet might not be at its best. While we're talking essentials, let's not forget about first aid supplies. Bandages, antiseptics, tweezers, medical tape, and a thermometer are must-haves. Now here's a pro tip. When you're storing these medications, make sure to keep them in a cool, dry place. Heat and moisture can degrade their potency over time. And remember, this is your kit, so feel free to customize it. If you have children, consider adding pediatric versions of medications. If someone in your family has a particular sensitivity or allergy, take that into account. But here's the thing, building a DIY medication kit can be overwhelming, and that's okay. There are companies out there who have done the hard work for you. They offer pre-made kits that cover everything you might need, from basic first aid supplies to a wide range of over-the-counter medications. These kits are carefully curated, compact, and portable. They're also updated regularly to keep the medications within their potency period. So, whether you decide to build your own kit or purchase a pre-made one, remember this. It's a small investment that can make a massive difference. A well-stocked medication kit can be the very thing that tips the scales in your favor when survival is on the line. Preppers, we need to be ready for everything. In a survival situation, it's not just the major injuries or illnesses that can be life-threatening. The common health issues, the ones we often overlook, can become just as perilous. For instance, allergies. In our everyday life, allergies might seem like a minor inconvenience, but in an emergency scenario without access to antihistamines such as Benadryl, a simple allergic reaction can escalate quickly. Next, let's talk about pain. A headache, a toothache, or even muscle pain can become debilitating without access to pain relief. Over-the-counter pain relievers like acetaminophen or ibuprofen are essential to have in your kit. Now consider gastrointestinal issues. They're common, especially with changes in diet or water source. Anti-diarrheal medications and antacids can be lifesavers in these situations. And let's not forget about respiratory issues. Cold and flu symptoms can be severe, especially if left untreated. Over-the-counter decongestants and cough suppressants can help manage these symptoms. Fever is another common health issue that can become dangerous if not addressed. A simple fever reducer can make a world of difference in a survival situation. Lastly, infections. Without immediate medical attention, minor cuts and scrapes can turn into serious infections. This is where antibiotic ointments and creams come in. They can help prevent infections and speed up the healing process. Remember, in a survival scenario, even minor health issues can become major crises without the right medications. Stocking up on these common medications can help you manage these issues effectively and could potentially save your life. So take note of these medications. Consider your personal health history and your family's health needs when building your medication kit. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Don't let a minor ailment become a major crisis. So, there you have it. We've walked through the importance of a well-stocked medication kit, the types of medications you should consider, and how to build your own kit. It's clear that having the right medications on hand is not just about comfort, but survival. In a world where we can't predict the future, preparation is our best defense. It's about being ready for anything, from the common cold to a severe allergic reaction. And remember, it's not just about you, it's about your family, your loved ones, your community. Building your own prepper medication kit may seem like a daunting task, but it's an investment in peace of mind. And in a crisis, that peace of mind can be the difference between panic and resilience. So take the time, do the research, and build your kit, because when it comes to survival, every advantage counts. With that said, I will catch you on the next one. Stay prepared.